Or I guess for the second part, we're going to talk about settings. That's going to include shipping, payment processors, changing your email address or having a professional email address, as well as adding your pixel and how to set up submenus and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and continue from where we left off in the previous video. We were talking about theme settings, and now let's go ahead and talk about navigation for those of you who are trying to create submenus. If you guys don't know what that is, the way you go about that is you want to go ahead on your left-hand side, you want to go under from your sales channel or your online store, you want to click on navigation, then you want to go ahead and click on main menu. Now, once you're in your main menu, you have your layout. Let's just say you wanted to make a drop-down menu under summer. What you do is you go here where the little 6 dots are. You kind of lift up the cursor or the mouse, and you go to the side. You go to the right-hand side and you'll see this little gap right here. I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's this little gap that shows, and you just let go of it, and there, that creates a submenu. Then when you add a new menu, let's go ahead and put so when you add a new submenu, it's going to appear here unless you close it and then you start adding menu. Once you start adding menus, they're no longer going to appear in your submenu unless you click on this and start adding from here. Now, if you want to add another submenu inside the submenu, you could do that. So all you have to do is the same thing. Lift it up and drag to the right, and that creates another submenu under that submenu. And same exact concept. If you don't want to be creating submenus, you just click on this little icon and you go back to where you were. Now, if you save it, well, remember to save it, because some people just like to click out and just leave it like that, and then they can't seem to get it to work, but it's because you don't save it. Now, once that happens, if you were to refresh the page, you're going to see here. Now it's a drop-down menu. Under summer, if I click on it, see dresses, shirts. So that's how you create submenus on Shopify. For those of you who don't know or who are unsure of how to go about it, that's exactly how you create submenus. Now, moving on to the next thing, let's talk about preferences on your settings or on your store. If you want to remove the little lock, let me go ahead and show you. If you guys want to remove this, obviously you have to purchase the Shopify plan, or you have to enter your credit card, debit card information in order to be able to see your full site. Now, another thing is, if you guys are using Facebook ads and want to run your own Instagram ads or just directly from Facebook, you guys are going to need a Facebook pixel to keep track of how many sales you have or how that ad is performing. Whenever you go for your Facebook pixel, you're going to want to paste it here. It's going to be under online stores, preferences, and here you just copy and paste. Well, you copy your pixel from Facebook and then paste it right here. And that's it. And you just click save and you're pretty much done. So moving on to the actual settings. Let's just leave the page. All right. First thing under general, let's go ahead and start with that. If you guys want a more professional email address, you're going to have to go under general. Then here, this is where your customer's going to see. So let's say your store was called, let's just go with Dog Lover. Or actually, since we're talking about dresses, let's just put fashion. Let's just say you had a website that was called fashion. Again, just follow along. And you didn't want your store, let's say you didn't want customers to see your personal email address because you feel like that's sort of unprofessional, and it is. What you do is you make up your own email address. So let's say support at fashion.com. You save it, and every time you send out a message, a notification saying that the item has shipped, or they place an order or anything like that, they're going to see this email address. Now, make sure that this isn't taken, because if this is taken, like let's say if this was Adidas, and Adidas does have something that's support@adidas.com, they're going to reply to that email address. So keep that in mind. Make sure it's something that it's not taken. So if they try to reply, they send you the reply to this email address. So let's go ahead and move on to the bottom section. Now, store address. This is not super important because you're not going to be shipping the products from your place. So you guys could go ahead and put your own house, or just have a random warehouse that you guys find online. It's not going to affect anything because you're not shipping the products. This is just to give you a calculation. If you were to ship them, how much they would charge you. So if you're using the USPS, they'll get this information that is here and then kind of calculate to where you're shipping it to and give you a price based on that. But since you guys are drop shipping, you guys don't really have to worry about this. Now, this is just for standard formats. Obviously, you guys don't even have to worry about this because if you're in whatever country you're in, if you're in the UK, if you are in Canada, if you're in the US, this is going to change according to the country you're in. Now, with that said, since we're in this topic, if you guys are in the US and want to use Stripe and don't want to use Shopify payments, they don't give you the option to change that. So if we deactivate this, let's just say rates are too expensive. Then if you try to add a provider and a third party, they don't give you an option to add Stripe. They don't give you anything like that. By the way, I recommend authorize.net. If you guys want to go a little bit in the safer route, I recommend authorize.net, but that's a video for another day. Now, if you guys use Stripe and do want to use Stripe, because it's a little bit better than Shopify payments, I just have better experience than I do with Shopify payments, although in general, I have pretty shitty experience with both and tend to have a better experience with authorize.net. Now, if you don't want to use authorize or can't get it for whatever reason and don't want to use Shopify payments and you just want to use Stripe, what you want to do is, if you're in the US, again, this is pretty much only applies for the US, you want to go under general settings. Then you want to come down here under standards and formats and change your currency from US dollars to, where's the Canadian dollars? Save it. You want to go back to your settings, then payment providers. Then you select the provider and you see Stripe's enabled now. Now you could choose Stripe. So then you try to activate it, you set up your own stuff, you enter your information, you fill this out. I'm not going to go through this, it's very self-explanatory. They just pretty much ask for your personal information. And you press submit and that's it. Then it's going to say it activated. So once you do that, don't just go along and be like, okay, I'm done. No, because if you do that, you're going to get paid in Canadian dollars because your currency set to Canadian dollars. Now what you want to do is go back. Damn, I went too fast. You want to go back to general, go back down, change it from Canadian back to US dollars and click save. And that's it. That should allow you to use Stripe. That's again, if you guys don't want to use Shopify payments and rather use Stripe. So back to payment providers. If you guys are not using PayPal, make sure to take this off. The reason is because they automatically have it on. So if somebody decides to use PayPal, that payment's going to be sent to this email address. And then you're going to have to create a PayPal with this email address, or you're going to have to link whatever email address you're using onto your PayPal. And it's just kind of a little mess. So I just recommend to deactivate it and not use PayPal at all. If you guys read my ebook, I kind of talk a little bit about why you shouldn't use PayPal. And just to give you guys a quick summary, the reason is it's because they could shut you down for drop shipping, and once you get banned, you get permanently banned. There's really no way back on it. But if you read the book, you guys would know that I found a little loophole. So as we carry on, Amazon Pay, these are all different type of payment methods you guys could use. I just recommend leaving all this how it is. Don't even worry about this. Don't even try to activate it. I mean, if you guys want to, go for it, but I just leave this how it is and you should be fine. Now for the checkout page, this is going to be, you're going to customize whether you want your customers to be able to have accounts on your store or not. I usually leave this optional. If you plan to have recurring customers, you should make it optional. So in here, you're able to select whether a customer could check out with their phone number, or with their email address. And personally, I recommend to just click using the email address. That way you could actually email the customer if anything goes wrong, because if they use a phone number, it's kind of harder to get a contact with that person. And another reason is because let's say that somebody adds a product onto their store, or adds a product from your store, and this just doesn't check out and just leaves an abandoned cart. If they have their phone number, you can't contact them. If they leave their phone number, if they try to check out with their phone number, there's no way for you to kind of remind them that they have this cart on your store that they left abandoned. And if they have an email address, you could just send a reminder, and you could have the slight chance of them actually checking out or remembering and going through with the order. So I'd always try to check this using email, just because it's easier to get a hold of customers. Whenever they use their phone number, it's a lot harder to try to just contact them. And then for the rest, you just want to leave it alone. Don't even worry about it. If you scroll down here to refund privacy and terms of services statements, just click generate sample, generate, and that's gonna they're gonna generate a generic refund policy. If you guys want to go ahead and change it, so let's say if you don't want to do 30 days, go ahead and change it to 14 days. Whatever you guys want to do, just make sure you go and change all the 30 days to 14 days, and then just click save, and that's pretty much it with this section. And we go back to settings for shipping. If you guys are shipping, or if you guys don't want to charge shipping, I'll show you guys how to do that in just a bit. For this, if you guys want to charge shipping, you guys could go ahead and do so. Just know that sometimes you get less sales because you're charging shipping, or if you charge shipping, make sure it's not something absurd. I mean, don't go on charging like $9, $8, because you're just going to lose customers. I mean, who's going to want to pay $8 for shipping? Obviously, unless the product is like super desired, then they're not going to mind. Now, since you're drop shipping, you don't want to have this enabled, the USPS or DHL. You don't want that enabled. If you guys are drop shipping, you want to go ahead and edit this, and you want to exit. And the reason why it's because if you guys leave that enabled, they're actually going to charge you for a stamp or for the tracking label, or for the label in general, and that's going to be money that they're taking off from you. Since you're not going to use it because your supplier is going to be the one shipping the products, you don't have to worry about shipping. All you have to do is, if you want to charge shipping, add price-based rates. I'm going to click add a rate. So free shipping, you could make, just click on this, it's going to fulfill everything. Minimum order price, you could set it to anything over, let's just say 25. That's it. So anybody who orders over 25 gets free shipping. You got another one. Let's just say that you want to charge $4 for shipping. And you just put, okay, press ship, you type shipping. And then, so anybody who orders $4 and up, or actually, let me change this from $0 to 25. Anybody who orders under 25, oh damn, did I click free shipping? Oh, I did. Sorry about that. Okay, you want to go and let's say you want to charge $3. Okay, so anybody who orders under 25, it's going to get charged $3. Anybody who orders over 25, it's going to get free shipping. Again, you can play around with the numbers. These are not concrete numbers. It's whatever your guys' store, or it has to be tailored to your store. If you're selling products that are typically over $50, then you're not going to put, you're not going to put anything over 25 free. You might want to put a little bit more. Now, if you're selling products that are like $1 or just a couple of dollars, then you might want to use 25. So tailor that according to your store, whatever you feel comfortable with. So after that, you just want to click save, and that's it. And don't go ahead and play with anything else. Don't try to change anything. Just leave how it is. Just go off price-based rates. So you want to go back to shipping. If you want to ship international, which I'm pretty sure you guys do, since you guys are drop shipping and you're not paying for the label, you want to go ahead and edit this and remove the USPS, remove DHL, and then just add a price-based rates. Again, you want to do the same thing. If you're doing free shipping, just click on free. And if you have a minimum order requirement, just put whatever your minimum order requirement is. Done, save, and that's it. Countries, if you guys don't want to ship to certain countries, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you guys are picky and only want to focus on certain countries and not allow any other country to buy from you, then you're just going to go here and select your countries. Although I generally don't recommend, I just recommend to leave it how it is. Don't change anything else. Just change the shipping options or the price options. So that's pretty much it for this section. You don't want to really mess with anything else. Just leave it how it is. You should be fine. So that's pretty much it for shipping. Again, you don't have to worry about this because you're not printing out the label yourself. The supplier is. So don't worry too much on shipping. If you want to charge, just do what I told you. Just go under shipping base rates and add your own prices and remove the USPS and DHL. just because if you do go with them, they're going to charge you for a label that you're not going to use. Now let's see, what else do I feel like you guys might need? Let's see, notifications. Just leave this how it is, don't change it. It's just going to notify whenever somebody buys something. They're going to get an email. When something ships, they're going to get an email. If you guys want to go ahead and tweak little settings and what it says, and you guys want to go under here. If not, just leave it alone. You should be fine. Let's see, account settings. If you guys do plan to cancel your membership or don't think it's going to work out for you and just don't want to spend the money, you guys can go ahead and close your store. You could pause it. If you pause your store, they're going to charge you $14 a month. So instead of paying $29, you're going to be charged $14 a month. This is if you want to take a little break or something. So that's pretty much it for the video. Now keep in mind that this video was not meant to show you how to create a store, but to show you where things are, to lay a foundation when you are creating a store, where to look for things. And if you have any questions as to how to change a certain thing or how to tweak something or remove something, you guys could come back to these videos and watch them. I will leave timestamps throughout the video or down the description, so you have a question regarding shipping. You click on it and it should take you to the section of the video where it talks about shipping. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and thank you for watching. Now, if you guys want to download the free ebook on Shopify Dropshipping Kit, you guys can go ahead and do so. The link is going to be down in the description. You guys could read it through. I just basically talk about what dropshipping is, give you guys a quick overview and what to expect, as well as how to set up certain things. So go ahead and download that.